Tell us about Winston-Salem and Piedmont, North Carolina. That's what many persons are asking. For Winston-Salem, the old southern city, which is a thriving center of trade and industry when the nation was born, is every day becoming hometown to new residents who want to know it better. And city, section, and state have been busy telling the world what they have to offer in good living. It is a city of tree-shaded streets and homes with front yards, of apartment houses where plenty of outdoor playing space has been provided. The high percentage of home ownership gives a pride in appearance and upkeep that is quickly recognized. The city was founded in 1766 by a group of Protestant Moravians seeking the freedom of religion which the New World offered. From that time on, the church has been a strong foundation stone of the community. Industry, too, has been a part of the local scene from earliest days. There is power here to turn its great wheels. Transportation facilities which in normal times link the section with all parts of the country and the world beyond. And natural resources like this nearby granite deposit and raw material for the city's mills and factories. There is manpower in abundance, with a population nearly 100% American-born. Piedmont, North Carolina has good weather for everyday living. Severe extremes of heat and cold, drought and flood have never been recorded by the weatherman, and the sun shines 20 days a month. Most of the great industries of this section were started here on a small scale by men born and reared under blue Piedmont, Carolina skies. Many of these products are made in Winston-Salem. Others come from neighboring communities where comparable conditions favoring a wide range of industrial activity are to be found. The variety of goods which the Piedmont section is equipped to produce is nearly without limit. Tobacco became the principal manufactured product of the city toward the latter part of the last century. Today, cigarettes, smoking tobacco, plug, and other tobacco products are manufactured in plants covering many acres and requiring thousands of employees. Winston-Salem is a world center for this important industry, the only place where its most familiar brands are made. Plants of the city and of other nearby manufacturing communities in the industrial Piedmont, turning out goods used in most of the nation's homes, have helped build a prosperous land which they can, in time of need, adjust themselves to serve. Hosiery is another of the principal products of the city and section. Salem was a textile center 100 years ago, and king cotton continues to be one of the most important raw materials. In Winston-Salem and other Piedmont cities and towns, it goes in tremendous quantities into men's and boys' underwear, children's garments to keep them warm nights, overalls for the farmers and industrial workers of the nation. Towels, cloth for many purposes, and with wool into swimming suits, knit goods, and other products. There are few more colorful manufacturing scenes than these in a weaving room in the world's largest woolen blanket mills within the Winston-Salem trading area. When pioneers from the east set out to conquer the western plains, many of the covered wagons in which they traveled bore the name of a Salem wagon maker. Today, the wagon maker's shop has become one of the city's great furniture factories, whose facilities in more recent times have proved adaptable to turning plywood into plain wings and parts. Closely allied to the furniture industry is the making of mirrors, humidifying and air conditioning machinery, important in factory and mill equipment, are other Winston-Salem products generally known and used, while tobacco manufacturing has affiliates to supply its many needs and utilize its waste. On many familiar products from Piedmont, North Carolina, is found the name of her largest manufacturing center, second in the entire South in the value of its products with a normal yearly output well above $300 million. A city with a metropolitan area population of 110,000. Getting to Winston-Salem is easy. There is overnight service to and from New York and Washington, with through Pullman connections, making it possible to leave after the close of the business day and arrive in time for breakfast. 12 hard-surface highways lead in and out of the city, with the modern trend in architecture shown in this complete bus terminal. From a commercial airliner, Winston-Salem's importance in the manufacturing world is secondary to the beauty of her white buildings. Reynolds Airport, 10 minutes from the heart of the city, is regarded by authorities as one of the best in the country. Buildings like these, products of the 20th century, house the city's executive and office workers, regional and numerous agencies of the national government, its visitors and conventions, its federal, county, and municipal business. On historic Salem Square stands the old home Moravian church and mellow 18th century red brick buildings with their tile roofs, white hoods, and eyebrow windows, characteristics of Salem architecture. School children learn about life here in earlier days at Wachovia Historical Museum. Old fire engines get attention, as does Salem Tavern, famous hostelry of the stagecoach era. They can visit the building itself, too. The familiar Salem architecture is carried out in many of the newer buildings. Even so completely modern a business as radio goes on within a building of typical early style. The city has 2 radio stations, one with an FM affiliate located atop one of western North Carolina's highest mountain peaks. That pineapple, by the way, worked out in brick design, is a traditional sign of hospitality, truly a tradition in this southern city. Winston-Salem's hospitality expresses itself in recreational facilities and sports of all kinds, planned for all the people with a wide variety of seasonal activities. There are country clubs with their velvet green golf courses and public parks, supervised playgrounds in every section of the city, and for large outdoor gatherings, a municipal stadium. Something is happening every minute of the long outdoor season. Everybody has the chance to follow his own hobby, or should we say hobby horse. Or you like real horses better. Well, these are the kind that win silver cups and blue ribbons. Horse show and county fair time bring out many fine specimens. Baseball time brings out enthusiasts like these. This is an industrial league team in one of the ballparks provided by the plant, where a whole shift from boss to office boy turn out to root for the team. Commercial baseball has its fans too, with a large park equipped for night games. It's the spirit of teamwork, whether on the playing field or punching the time clock, that makes these workers among the sturdiest and most dependable in the nation. Thousands of the city's industrial workers have been drawn from the adjacent rural area. Many commute from nearby farms. And when their work in mill or factory has been finished for the day, they go home to give a lift with the chores. The abundance of good food from adjacent fields, poultry farms, and dairies is an important factor in maintaining good health in Piedmont, North Carolina. Milk and eggs, vegetables and fruit, butter and country hams, all are available fresh from the farm for the city tables. For a number of years, Forsyth County, of which Winston-Salem is county seat, has ranked among the first counties in the United States in the annual health contest conducted by the American Public Health Association. Health service is available to all the people in city clinics, while the larger industries maintain their own modern and well-staffed medical departments for their employees. Hospitalization insurance is the general policy, in many instances provided by the employer. School children, too, have regular health examinations and many types of special service. The city is served by 3 large general hospitals, 2 of which are municipally owned and operated. One of these is exclusively for Negroes. It is rated among the nation's 3 best in this class. Here, professional service by qualified members of the race is encouraged, and training is offered to those of exceptional ability. At City Hospital, as well as in the excellent nearby Forsyth County Tuberculosis Sanatorium, good food, pleasant surroundings, a courteous and cheerful staff are a great help for quick recovery. Three training schools provide nursing staff for these institutions and for the many duties to which professional women are being called today. The city is also proud to have a 4-year School of Medicine conducted in connection with the North Carolina Baptist Hospital. Here, study and research bring together an unusually wide range of specialists in all branches of medicine, as education goes hand in hand with practice. From the city's newest educational institution, we turn to its oldest, Salem College, founded in 1772. In its student body are many girls who can count 5 generations of Salem ancestry. But while their grandmothers followed such gentle pursuits as embroidery, these modern young women are candidates for degrees in the arts, music, and science. On the campus, rich in natural beauty, old buildings and new blend in a harmony of architecture. Higher education is also provided for Negroes at Winston-Salem Teachers College, a state institution. 4 city high schools offer training designed to fit today's boys and girls for the new jobs that will be theirs in building a post-war world. The city provides an average of 10 acres of playground to each school, with gymnasiums and other facilities for indoor and outdoor sports. Through 12 years of public instruction in the classroom, the school workshop, and on the playground, these boys and girls are growing up in the democratic tradition. The way ahead for them may be uphill. If it is, well, healthy young Americans are good sports, ready to play the game. Under auspices of a civic music association, the city is provided with programs that bring to its own civic auditorium the best the world has to offer in musical and allied talent. While it may be that scenes like these must be dropped for a season, they are still a part of the normal life of Winston-Salem. Although the city is nearly 300 miles from the nearest seaport, it has long been one of the country's largest ports of entry. To feed the mills and factories, raw material poured in from distant lands, and from many a foreign city now reduced to wreckage. Manufactured goods, in turn, was labeled for all parts of the world. Whether industry is diverted to the requirements of war or continues to produce the stable civilian commodities for which Winston-Salem has long ranked high in the manufacturing world, the city's mills and factories are going ahead at full steam. Or were these wheels of industry ever slowed to silence during the days of economic depression? Facts such as these are highly important to the businessman and homeowner, for they indicate good municipal government. Important, too, is the maintenance of law and order and the protection of property. The police department and the fire department are on the alert, trained for excellent performance. It is not surprising, watching these men go about their routine duties, to find that the annual fire loss of the city is far lower than might be expected in a large industrial community. The city market is another municipal facility. To it comes fresh produce from the farm for the housewife's careful selection. Here, everything in season is spread out for sale. There is also an open curb market, maintained throughout the year in the equable climate of the Piedmont. But garden produce is not the important pay crop of the farmer. Under autumn skies, the yellow gold that is cured tobacco comes to market, to be auctioned in vast warehouses. Farm families have been laboring over this crop since the tiny seeds were sown in plant beds early in the year. There have been long days of care under summer sun and nights of vigil beside the curing barn. Now, it is ready to be sold. Tobacco is off to be re-dried, packed in big hogsheads, stored against the day when it will go into the nation's smokes. Millions of pounds are put away every year for the seasoning which is such an important factor in tobacco products. The farmer is off, too, with the cash from his crop in his pocket. Some of it goes to the bank. Winston-Salem has the largest bank between Washington and Atlanta, with other banks offering every type of service for small and large accounts. From one of these banks, the American Bankers Association elected a president, Robert M. Haynes, member of one of the city's oldest and most distinguished families. From one of the largest circular knit hosiery mills in the country, that branch of industry has called to important national post the president, James N. Weeks. In the field of textiles, P.H. Haynes is an important national figure. S. Clay Williams and James A. Gray are tobacco manufacturers whose recognition and service in the business world are nationwide. William N. Reynolds, retired industrialist and lover of fine horses, gives evidence that he still has the reins in strong hands. Winston-Salem is home to these men and to many like them, all products of the Piedmont, Americans who have their roots deep in tradition and are a vital part of the progress of the nation. They believe, all of us believe, that cities such as Winston-Salem, and there are many of them, founded in pioneer days on faith in a new nation, growing to cityhood through long years of war and peace, weathering periods of prosperity and adversity, bringing the experience of the past to bear on the problems of the present, looking ahead always with vision, and with the courage to plan and work for the fulfillment of that vision. Cities such as these are the essence of democracy. Yes, Winston-Salem, with its face to the future, is a good place in which to live.